2. But hey, we have 2 teams who are getting ready for our next set. We have the Wiggly Phantoms. Yes, I didn't wear my Wiggle shirt. I got one.
No,
I got one.
You didn't.
Well,
you didn't wear yours.
I got it today.
Okay.
I got it today. I
Okay.
didn't wear it. And we have Cowboy hat emoji too. These are like, I'm glad we're ending our set with such fun teams.
Okay. I know I've talked to some of the players earlier since I'm playing with them for Splatoon 2. They were like, we bet that we are going to be on this stream. It's like, you know what? A fan favorite.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the Wiggly Phantoms, let's talk a little bit about the Cowboy hat emojis because they're one of those prime examples of the Riptide teams that show up as a pickup of friends who kind of got together like, hey, we can all go to this land together, have a great time, play the game together, and just overall have fun. I mean, just get the vibe check here for Cowboy hat emoji is great. I mean, can we talk about the logo for a second? It's a squid emoji with a smiley face and a cowboy hat.
Screams yeehaw. I love it.
Aw, yee.
Oh, man. And then, of course, an old favorite for a lot of people, the Wiggly Phantoms, whose Twitter, I think, is the best in the game as far as competitive Splatoon.
Right.
We know the person behind the scenes who just has all the amazing tweets, and they're just such a fun team.
Right, and this is a very different roster of the Wiggly Phantoms that most players aren't used to seeing.
Yeah.
And speaking of DRF of the CCA, Trigger Fish Zone Supremacy is on this roster. In addition to Fusion, they were just on the mic here earlier as well for round 2. Fantastic person. They're so lovely. And then we also have the 4th player. Let's see who. We see Job as who's on the roster. And then an old friend of mine, Dino, who is also a part of the Purdue community. I mean, again, we're everywhere. Collegiate students are everywhere. That's my point. That's the point that I've been trying to drill down to everyone here.
I think this is the first team where I had talked to everybody individually before knowing that they were all playing together. You know, I played with Dynamite last year at Riptide, and Fusion I've had the pleasure of meeting at Low Tide City. So, same with Jub and DRF. This is my first time meeting him, and such a fun person. So he's so nice, and again, like you said, does a lot for the collegiate Splatoon community.
Right. Also, just taking a look at what Cowboy hat emoji sent in. They wanted to note Katie's achievements, where Katie went hard on Starfish main stage Rainmaker after their teammate Dylan DC'd due to bad internet at 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. And Katie got a total of 28 kills and securing the clutch win.
Man,
bravo.
Man. When you win those 3v4s, you feel on top of the world. And 28 at that? That's incredible.
Oh, I want to know what weapon Katie was using for that.
Yeah, I know. That's always exciting. But I believe we are getting started with our first game for this final set. Once again, we have the Wiggly Phantoms versus the Cowboy hat emoji number 2.
Let's take a look at these compositions here. I am confusion right now because someone who's rocking the GooTuber on stage. Is that Fusion? Oh, that's Fusion.
That is Fusion.
Oh,
that's why it's
confusion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, GooTuber, a weapon we don't really see. But again, this is Splatoon 3. There's nothing that is off meta right now. We are kind of setting the meta too. And right now, 3 players are going to go down, so the Wiggly Phantom sitting in a very good position, trying to push up. And look at this push, getting all the way to the first podium, getting all the way to 56 and keeping up this pressure.
Looking at this grouping right here, they all moved so succinctly and in a unit. Like, Wiggly Phantoms knew exactly what they were doing going in.
Look at this.
And now someone just ran up to the Rainmaker.
Oh, man.
Well, so much for 100 to 0.
You know, perhaps the quickest Rainmaker game that we've seen. And that's hard on a mode like Rainmaker where somebody picks up the Rainmaker and all the other players are pushed forward or they just got splatted and can't really push. Fantastic job by the Wiggly Phantoms for getting that solid victory.
Did that last even 30 seconds?
I think it just hit over the 30-second mark, but an incredible push by those players.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about because of how they were just the Wiggly Phantoms were just so succinct with their push. You saw them ready to go to pop the Rainmaker. I believe I saw DRF drop onto the pit, ready to initiate kind of like a surprise flank or a surprise move. And then all of a sudden, 3 people go down on the side of Cowboy hat emoji, and you just see someone, I don't even know who, gunning it with the Rainmaker.
Yeah, I don't know who picked it up because I think we were just too flabbergasted when that happened and couldn't really process. Like, wait a minute, hold on, they're gonna grab it.
I think I just lost like 10 seconds of my life there, just like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was incredible. Wow. Well, great start for the Wiggly Phantoms. They must be pretty pleased with that showing.
Oh yeah, you kind of round out your night with this too, of getting a solid win on game 1 of round 3. You know, some fatigue sets in. They haven't been playing too much, but think about all the games and everything they're doing outside of their LAN matches. So like all the turf grinding, all the Anarchy Open matches that they're doing. It's just a lot of Splatoon in one day.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm sure are we gonna have Splatoon fatigue by the end of
Oh, there's no such thing. No such thing. Especially because today's Friday. We're going all the way until Sunday, too.
It's going to be a long but a good weekend is what I'll keep saying. Now, we're back onto Clan Blitz again, and this time we're going to be taking a look at Scorch Gorge. What a tongue twister some of these names are.
I know. And we have 3 fresh fish heads. I forgot to bring my amiibos to get my fish heads. No. I don't know about you.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that too. I was just such in a rush packing. But anyways, let's talk about these comps. Do I see the stamper? Is that what that called?
I
don't even know what this calls.
I honestly.
We're such poor commentators.
I know everyone in chat's like, well, okay, you haven't played this weapon? No, I haven't actually. 3 players quickly going to go down for Cowboy hat emoji as Wiggly Phantoms doing a good job trying to manage some clam economy, and they're going to be pushing up the side because I believe other than taking the grades, this is the only way you can go in this stage, but just keeping up the pressure.
Right, exactly. I think what the Wiggly Phantoms has done such a good job on, just from both games here, is setting the tone for the initial kind of take of the mid ground here, and I think that allows them to have such a strong propelling start here. But now we're kind of seeing like, okay, Cowboy hat is finally fighting back a bit. We're seeing it's a minute now, and we're seeing just kind of this tension here and players fighting for this clam economy.
That's right, and 2 players are going to go down on Cowboy hat emoji as the Wiggly Phantoms once again in this position that they were going to be in. And look at some of these players trying to push on this left side, but quickly called out here by the Hydra as they're able to try and get some of these picks.
Right, exactly. I mean, we're just this clam economy management here. I think this has gotten players just kind of, dancing around each other like a dance, just kind of checking the vibes of what's actually happening. And now we're actually going to start seeing some movement here. It looks like from DRF with a tri-slosher, setting up a jump. And there goes Jub with the clam ball, jumping in and popping the basket.
And that's going to be huge with 3 players going down just now on Cowboy hat emoji. As we see some specials now being used too by the Wiggly Phantoms. Clams going in as well. Look at this pressure they are applying on Cowboy hat emoji while managing to keep getting some clams in. Once again, 3 players down, looking very great for the Wiggly Phantoms.
I was just about to talk about that pressure you were putting on both the Trizuka and Inkjet pressure on that choke point right by the clams basket is great. And now you see Dino here applying pressure with the Clash Blaster, one I don't think we've seen very often today. I mean, how are you supposed to stop this this giant train just barreling through here? We're already down to 14 points left. Ooh. And you see, whoa, the Zipcaster just flinging themselves around here.
Love to see it by Fusion getting some of those picks. This basket has been open for an eternity, especially if you're Cowboy hat emoji. Just 2 more clams for the win for Wiggly Phantoms. Now just 1 more clam. Are they able to get it in? No, the basket is going to close, giving 49 penalty points. So Cowboy hat emoji's not out of it quite yet, but they know they need such a fantastic push if they want to try and contest.
I was also going to comment on how long they were able to keep that clams basket open, because that means you're going to have to be constantly, consistently putting in those clams and fighting off whoever's coming down from spawn to come get you. So great plays by the Wiggly Phantoms to knock it down all the way to 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, you're setting yourself up for victory at that point. This, the last minute, 38 seconds are going to be playing out. Wiggly Phantoms not letting go of the pressure that they were adding, getting the wipe out there as they're now going to get some more claims, try and get this in, and this basket's going to be open. Well, let's see if they break their penalty points to get the win on this push. But look at this. Look at the Inkzuka being pushed up there as this pressure, once again, is not being let up by Wiggly Phantoms.
Again, the Wiggly Phantoms moving in like a whole unit together succinctly, and it's paid off multiple times over in this set. And the Cowboy hat emoji, they just haven't been able to counteract with such a very intense response.
And it's going to be hard when you are the Wiggly Phantom, or when you're Cowboy Hat Emoji in this situation, because even when Wiggly Phantom players went down, they didn't lose any map control at mid. And that just goes to show how strong they are playing in this game and keeping all these power claims alive. But this might be an opportunity for Cowboy Hat Emoji to get something going. They need to take control of mid, get some of these claims, get a power claim, and get a coordinated push.
Right, Cowboy Hat just removing the clam ball presence. It's got to be a breath of fresh air right now, because there's not that constant threat of looming in the back of your mind where are they just going to swim right up to the basket while we aren't looking. I mean, this is good. This is a moment of opportunity here. I mean, they have to take it. There's only 15 seconds left in this match, believe it or not.
And that's going to favor the Wiggly Phantoms if they can just keep up some of this pressure, making sure Cowboy Hat Emoji players can't push in. And there is going to be a mercy claim there that the Cowboy Hat Emoji does have. As we now go into overtime, they're going to try and rush it. Didn't have the player advantage. Jub quick to spot them out. And this looks like it could be a GG.
Right, and what a great showing by the Wiggly Phantoms, just showing a very strong presence. But I got to give it a hand to Cowboy Hat Emoji. That was a very difficult set to push through, but they have displayed some great moments of teamwork and holding it together under incredible pressure that the Wiggly Phantoms were exerting throughout that entire match. It was just impressive. That was a great showing from both teams, genuinely, and it looked like, hold on, look, can we talk about the hats for a second?
I love those hats. Look at that.
They're so fabulous.
They are fabulous. I think this is the first time we have two teams on stage who are coordinated in different ways. We see the shirts from the Wiggly Phantoms. They have purple Wiggly Phantom shirts. And then these lovely hats from the Cowboy Hat Emojis. Do they have a cowboy hat on them at all, or is it just a blue hat? I can't really tell.
It looks like a cowboy hat. It has the little indent inside.
Okay, yeah,
it's
right.
An actual cowboy. Where can I? Hey guys, where can I get one?
we'll talk about we'll see if we can snag one of those things. But hey, there's been a lot of cool merch that people have been handing out. Speaking of cool things we saw on stream, a lot of great Splatoon artists who are here. And, we have the pleasure of being able to get this wonderful poster that was designed, I believe, by Starbit.
That's correct.
Who made it for us to purchase. And one of my favorite parts about the LAN is getting everybody to sign the poster, bringing it home, and hanging it on the wall.
You know what? That's what I got to do for my Riptide 2021 poster. I've not done that yet.
Is it still sitting somewhere, or is it?
It's with my other posters I've been meaning to hang up, but moving to a new apartment and just haven't gotten around to it. But I have to agree with you. That is one of my favorite moments of just community with Riptide and just LANs in general. Just being able to be like, hey, I love talking to you earlier. I would love for you to sign my poster. It's just kind of a great moment of camaraderie that you get to share with all the players that you've been interacting with all throughout the weekend. And I gotta get my hands on that poster soon.
Yeah, I do too. I think they told us they just went on sale right before we sat down.
Yeah, just our luck.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully they're not sold out. We should have told the staff to make sure we had some reserve for us to get. But with that being said, it looks like that is going to be the end of the third pool, which means it's going to be the end of our commentary set. Mizuno, it's been a pleasure. Where can we find you?
All right, everyone. You guys can find me both on Twitter and Twitch, MIZU_in0. Again, I'm part of the broader Purdue community and part of the Collegiate Cephalopod Association. So I could recommend you check out both communities, as they are great resources and great communities to be a part of. Hey, Falco, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm Falco Flyer on Twitch, Falco Flyer 11 on Twitter. I stream solo queue. I'm going to be streaming Anarchy Open, I guess, now. That's the new thing that we're going to be doing until X-Rank potentially comes out. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We will have the fourth pool coming up very shortly, but before that, we're going to take a break. So we will see you guys soon.